What's going on, fellas? I hope everybody's doing very, very well. This is IamYoungBlackMan coming at y'all with a video today. This is a spiritual Saturday, Success Sunday, double upload. I felt like this video was so powerful, I needed to make it into one and talk about it. And the message is very simple for today. Be a Proverbs 13:4 man. We hear all the time, Proverbs 31 woman, and we hear so many sisters say that over and over and over. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that just in church or on Instagram or whatever. And at one time I had to look it up. I was like, what is that? And it basically just said, just talking about what it means to be, a woman of great character and so forth. And it just basically say, who can find a virtuous woman? Favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth the Lord shall be praised. And it goes on to say other stuff as well. But it basically just talked about that as well. But we never, a lot of times, see the male aspect of that. And knowing that we be that the male is the father of the household, leader of the household, and has to take care of himself and be diligent and everything, we never really hear about the male aspect of that. Now, one verse that I absolutely love, that I always give to any young black man, is Titus 2, the second chapter, the 6th through 7th verse, and basically says is that this for one Titus, just a very plain, just Titus, regular Titus 2, the chapter, then 6 and 7 the verse, and just basically said, likewise exalt the young men to be sober minded, in all things showing yourself to be a pattern of good works. To me, I love that verse because it lets us know that continue to be sober minded. I know we're young, we always got all the energy in the world, always trying to chase, always getting distracted, but a lot of times just being sober minded and just showing ourselves a pattern of good works and just making things happen. And that's a great verse to use. And a lot of times, I wouldn't say people use the verse out of context. We use the verse out of context. I just like to use that part right there, just to kind of just show an aspect of it. But if you read the entire scripture, it's kind of talking to certain groups, kind of giving the pecking orders of what to do. But then I found one verse. Sister actually sent this to me, and I was like, yeah, I got to use this verse because I'm going to start using this one now even more. And this is the one I'm going to consider to be a verse that all bros can use. As you can see, we got the bros in the success. We got some bros in suits, some bros in backpacks, some bros studying on laptops, some bros with cameras doing creativity. But in all these things, these bros are successful. And we see this right now as on the path to success. We don't always in time look at the hustle and the grind to get there, but just look at the end result and say we want that. But each and every brother is doing everything they can actively. Here I use the word actively, to make their dreams and success come true, or continue to make it happen if it's already come true. So Proverbs 13:4. So being a Proverbs 13:4 man. And that basically says is this: the soul of a lazy man desires and has nothing, but the soul of the diligent should be rich. Then read that again. The soul of a lazy man desires and has nothing, meaning that he sees I just give you a couple of examples. He sees a nice car and be like, oh, I want that. But he's not working enough hours of the week to make that happen. Or he sees a bro who got sovereignty over his life, let's say the OG Ron Wills or whomever, and he say, well, Unc, he can decide when he gets up every day. He has sovereignty over his life. I want that. But the bro doesn't create a business to go after it. You see a beautiful sister on campus. Good Lord, we've plenty of beautiful sisters on campus. But you see a beautiful sister on campus, one that just really catches eye, and be like, oh my God, I would absolutely love to take her out to dinner or take her out on a date. But he doesn't go up to the sister at all. Doesn't even ask for her number. Doesn't even see if she's single or not. Doesn't do anything whatsoever. Doesn't even attempt to try to even become friends with her and see what it develop into anything. You dig what I'm saying? He desires it. A lazy man desires it, but he doesn't want to take the action to obtain or to go after the things in which he wants. So he desires and has nothing, because we can desire all day. Even if our desires are good intention, even if we have good intention and desires. I want to make $1 million. I want to make $1 million, not to blow it on Gucci, but to provide for my family, to get them out the situation and neighborhood they're in right now. But my mom can have a house, and my brothers and sisters can go to college for free and can do X, Y, and Z, right? We desire to have a well-paying job, but we don't go to school for it. We don't go get the training for it. A lot of times, they're saying right now, plumbers and electricians and everything, which you don't have to have a 4 degree for that. If you want to, definitely continue to get that education and get that business administration degree and get those degrees so you can go create your own business. But they're saying that some companies, they're making up to $40, $50 an hour for some of the jobs, right? So we desire a well-paying job, but we don't go get a trade, or if you say, well, I don't want to do that, I want to go be an engineer. We don't go get the engineering degrees, right? All these things we desire it, and our attention can be good-hearted and desire greatness and desire these things, but we have nothing because we did not put the purpose behind it. We didn't put the action behind it. We're not actively pursuing it. We're not putting in that work, in other words, but from a positive manner, not from a negative manner, but putting in the work to actually achieve the goals and the dreams that we want. So it says, the soul of a lazy man desires and has nothing, but the soul of the diligent shall be rich. Now I want to tackle the second aspect, that the soul of the diligent shall be rich. Listen to that word, the diligent, meaning that it still might even happen the first time around, but if we keep working at it, keep working at it, keep working at it, you know what I'm saying? We can obtain the things that we want. Even the scripture debunks the ideal a lot of times of fast cash or a fast opportunity or instant. We're going to meet the girl of our dreams. It's going to work out perfectly. It's going to be X, Y, and Z. No, it's like it's going to be work there. They're going to be bumps in the road with those great relationships. Other than maybe winning the lottery or somebody just the Most High finding favor in you and putting somebody in your life to help you, get the capital to build that business. It's going to take a lot of diligence. A lot of times it's no such thing as fast cash, at least not legally. So a lot of times we're going to have to work and to build to get those goals and those desires. We might have somebody who gives us a $2 million transfer. I hope so, but it might not happen. So we got to work to build up to that level of greatness, to build up to that. But you also got to know right now, even in your current state, that you are great. So the soul of diligence shall be made rich. So we'll be made rich in our life experiences, meaning that we'll start connecting with people that will add value to our life and not take away. We'll become the soul of the diligent should be made rich within our thought process of we're not going to have a poverty or scarcity mindset, but we'll have an abundance mindset, or overjoyed mindset, a prosperous mindset. The diligent shall be made rich. Our hard work will begin to reap benefits that might start off slow, that might start off in other ways that we might not see, but eventually certain things will begin to happen that will make us rich internally, externally, within every single aspect, not just from a materialistic aspect, but I mean even some of the goals and things that we set for ourselves. We'll begin to make rich. Our hearts will begin to be prosperous. We'll begin to be successful. We'll begin to do certain things that will add value to our life and not take away. We'll begin to have friends that will begin to add onto us and not have spiritual leeches, and not just have things that are just on us to the point that we're just being drained and sapped of our energy from a spiritual aspect, but we begin to actually be abundant, and our soul will begin to be overjoyed, over successful, over happy. It'll begin to grow and manifest into great things, so great that we wouldn't even imagine it. I even know within my life, as I've been praying and growing with the Most High and doing certain things, there have been certain opportunities that have come to me that I never would have thought would have came to me a day in my life. Certain aspects that have happened to me that I visualized and dreamed about since I was a little child. But guess what? As I got older, I started working towards those things. Now I'm seeing some of those things actually come true. And I even have to take a step back and say, it's a song. I believe his name is Toby Gabbard, whatever his name is. It's called You've Been So Good. And he just simply say, he was like, Lord, you've been so good to me. And when I go back and think about my life 5 years ago and 10 years ago and think about certain things that I asked for and prayed for, and actually see those things come through, it's just amazing. Because a lot of times we get frustrated because we think that we're supposed to have like a shot clock for the Most High. Like, if you don't do this in 24 seconds, and that's such a ridiculous mindset to have, right? But the Most High will bring it in due time when he knows that you're right forward. When he sees how diligent you are working towards those goals, he'll begin to give you those blessings. He'll begin to do those things for you. So we just got to know, men and brothers, that the soul of a lazy man desires. He doesn't go after the things he wants. He doesn't try to obtain the things that he needs. He doesn't go after the things that he know will bring him peace and prosperity. So at the end of the day, he gets nothing, because he has nothing, because he spent all his energy desiring it, but not wanting or willing to put in that hard work. But the soul of a diligent man, or the soul of the diligent, meaning somebody who works hard, who's putting in time, who's putting in effort, who's putting his goals and dreams and desires on paper, who's creating business plans, but not only just creating business plans to look at it, start actually attempting to make those business plans happen and and going after those goals and creating those tasks and giving yourselves small assignments and tasks to do every single day to prepare yourself. Not wasting one day, 1 hour, 1 minute of your life, but actually moving towards and working towards your ultimate goals. Then you will have the soul of a diligent will be made rich and refined and brand new, and then begin to be rich within every single aspect of their life, not just material goods like having a Gucci wallet or a Louis Vuitton belt or a Dior shoes. That's not rich. Those materials, they make those same materials at them same factories in the same places everywhere else that probably cost them a few dollars and maybe a couple of $100, and they go charge you a couple of $100,000 or whatever. You understand where I'm coming from? No, not those kind of things. I mean being rich and finding the wife for your dreams, finding the woman of your dreams, and having great kids and raising them to be right, that they would carry on your namesake, your legacy, and propel you to the next level. Being rich within your interaction, that you begin to make friends and allies and just people that you just meet, even if it's just simply associates that can add on to your life. Finding the right mentors, finding sovereignty in your life when you get the chance to decide and start your own business and run it to the point where you can continue to work a regular job, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. Continue to follow your pursuits, your dreams, your passions, whether it be photography, whether it be music, whether it be art, whatever it might be. Having those things as well, to find time to still create your hobbies, if that adds richness and growth to your life. Starting that mentoring program, all those things will make you rich and give you not only an abundance mindset, but a spirit of happiness, a spirit of peace. And those things are priceless. Those things, you cannot put a value on peace, on happiness, on all those things. Those are the most valuable things in the world. The Most High first, family, faith, your sanity, your peace, your joy, your happiness, the abundance, a great circle of people, having been able to take care of the opportunities and the aspects that you need to take care of, both physically, spiritually, mentally, everything. All those things are priceless. So go after those things and be a Proverbs 13:4 man. Be diligent in everything that you do. Everything that you do, remain positive, remain at peace. Be a man of faith, be a man of character, be a man of diligence, be a man of hard work, be a man of self-defense, self-determination, and ultimately just do everything that you can to be the best man that you can possibly be. So peace and blessing each and every one of y'all. I'm on to the next one. Peace.